Okay, so today we're going to talk a little bit about the easiest and fastest way that you can help ensure that you get approved for your hard money loan application. So when you hear me talk, you're going to hear me refer to the 4Cs pretty often. That's, as a lender, when we evaluate a loan application, we're typically looking at the character of the person that's applying, the collateral of the asset, the capacity of the person, and then, of course, the credit. All right. So today we're going to talk about the character and capacity of that borrower and the things you can do to help ensure that you'll be approved for the loan. So when we talk about character, we're talking about the honesty, integrity of the person, how well they communicate, those types of things. When we talk about capacity, we're talking about our belief or confidence that you have the skills and traits necessary to accomplish the project and finish it up and repay the loan at the end. So, for example, if you can execute a really great executive summary and explain it briefly and concisely to your potential hard money lender, then that will bode well for you because it'll give them the confidence to move forward with potentially approving your loan, right? So coincidentally, if you apply for the loan and don't have a good exit strategy, for example, let's say that you have poor credit and your plan is to refinance the loan with a conventional lender after a year after you make some improvements, then your hard money lender may say, well, that doesn't seem like a really great strategy because you just don't have financeable credit, right? So in that case, you'd want to make sure you say my plan is to resell it, as long as that's what you actually plan to do. So just know that you control a lot more of the application process and the approval process than you might think. So be prepared, set your plan up, make sure that you have your ducks in a row. So for example, have a good itemized list of the scope of work that you plan to do. Understand and have quotes for how much all that work will cost so that you can share those with your hard money lender if it's requested. And bottom line is just have a really great plan going into it. And I can just tell you stories of folks, I get applications of folks who are very uncertain about what they even want to do with a plan. And I'll tell you one quick story. So I had an applicant come to me last weekend and say to me, I want to flip this house, but there's a tenant in there and they have a lease through the next 6 months. And I said, okay, well, what's your plan? They said, well, I'm hoping to be able to give them a cash for keys and get them out sooner so that I can, begin the renovations on the house. Obviously, I can't really begin the renovations while there's a tenant living there. And, just that word hope didn't really inspire a lot of confidence in me. And ultimately, I ended up speaking with that potential borrower and helping her come to the conclusion that this just wasn't the right deal for her because of all the uncertainty surrounding the tenant. But that just gives you an idea of one way that you can really help control the outcome of your hard money loan application. So come prepared, be able to briefly, concisely articulate your plan, and have done your homework ahead of time and know what your plan is for sure. Deliver it with confidence, and that's going to help ensure that your loan approval comes through. Until next time, I hope this helps.